Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is certainly an exciting and, I believe, a very memorable afternoon for the college, but more so for Paducah and the entire region. I would like to welcome special guests, but you are all special this afternoon, but certainly Judge Bill Howerton, Clay Howerton, and the entire foundation board of the Carson Meyer Charitable Foundation. I hope you have had a chance to say hello again to Dr. Michael McCall, and Carolyn McCall is with us this afternoon, so thank you very much. The Paducah Junior College Foundation Board, very, very important and significant to this event today and to certainly Paducah. Mayor Gail Kaler, we welcome you. Mary Hammonds. I've introduced Mary as the responsible person for our designation as UNESCO City. So, welcome. And we have Representative Gerald Watkins with us somewhere in the audience. And I would like for the college leadership to wave as well, because they've worked long and hard on making today possible. Many of you in this audience were with us in October 2007. We were on the stage, a small stage in front of the Kitchens building. And at that time, the president of the PJC board, Mr. Ken Wheeler, had a dark green, I believe, beret on to show his enthusiasm and that of the PJC board for this project. And that more or less launched us into a plan. Our plan was to renovate kitchens and to put the Paducah School of Art at that time, now Paducah School of Art and Design, into the kitchens facility. But if you remember, things economically did not go well, but we did not let that stop us. And when we were sitting over there that day, who would have thought that ultimately we're going to end up with a big entire campus in Lowertown? I think our vision over these years has become much grander, much broader than when we were talking about this in 2007. We have now opened, and many of you have seen the Madison Hall, the ceramics and jewelry studio, and now our sculpture studio is complete and ready for students this fall. We will have a big celebration September 30th where students can go through, or you can go through and see students at work performing on the wheel, jewelry in the sculpture studio. So I invite each and every one of you back for that event. But this afternoon, we are here to talk about the significance of today's announcement. In November last year, PJC launched this $2.5 million campaign, which is the matching gift or the match for this remainder of a $10 million state allocation bonding authority, $10 million project for kitchens. Our responsibility, our part of it was to come up with that $2.5 million match. We actually started before that was a reality, and the board had confidence that we could do this and pledge that $500,000. Very few months ago, Paducah Bank's very generous gift pushed us over the $1 million mark. Today, we are here to recognize and to give a huge thank you to the Carson Meyer Charitable Trust Foundation gift. That gift will take us to our total of $2.5 million. Wow. Many of you in the audience today, but many individuals throughout this community have stepped forward and have given generously in this campaign. And we thank each of you, and we will be thanking you again and the entire community. But today, it is the Carson Meyer Charitable Foundation. And I believe so fitting that Jane Carson Meyer and her love of the arts and her absolute love of Paducah, and also that love that Louis Meyer and Jane shared in establishing this trust. So fitting that this be the final gift that brings this whole complex to fruition for Paducah. So at this time, I would ask that Judge Howerton please come forward and give some remarks on the part of the foundation as the chair. Thank you, Judge Howerton.
Thank you, Barbara. Hey, I'd like to ask the trustees of the Carson Meyer Foundation to come on up here with me, behind me, because this was a decision made by all of us. And on behalf of Jane and Louis Meyer that did set up the foundation. And as Barbara said, they did love the college and have helped on many occasions in the past. They've loved the arts and absolutely love Paducah. And we are, as part of the foundation, trying to address some of the real needs of Paducah. But when this all really came up, and we'd had a little tour down here before, and we were talking about what was needed, and it was a pretty good amount. And it was a sort of a worrisome amount. But the day of our last meeting, I called Ashley early and I said, well, how much do you still need? And she told me, and we met and decided we'd finish up the job. And Barbara, you are to be commended for persevering in this drive to get all this done, not only raising the money, but just the whole concept. It's in a perfect location with the juxtaposition with the Arts Center downtown, Lowertown and all, and all the things that are really going on to bring Paducah on up and become a UNESCO city. Maybe we can keep that honor for a while, Mary, I hope. But I know it's been a long struggle for you, and it's finally just about finished when you get that building over there remodeled. Then we'll have the painting and everything done. I want to say, though, on behalf of Jane and Louis Meyer, that if she were here and could do it and be directly involved in it, that she certainly would approve. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. And I just hope that this will become a real crown jewel in all of these highlights that Paducah has. And someday we are on a par and recognized just as well as the Savannah School of Art and Design. And we've got it right here in the people and to do it. So it's hot, you're out in the sun, I quit, I'm not gonna say anymore. But anyway, I don't know when you want to do this.
Well,
you want to type Dr. McCall first?
Let's bring Dr. McCall forward,
And so
because he was
let me
on that
recognize
stage
Dr.
as well.
McCall. That's right, yes he was. So Dr. McCall.
Well, thank you, Judge. I truly was on that stage in 2007 to see the vision and the dream in this community's eyes for what could be done, and look where we are today. And it was really as a result of thinking as we put together this past year our Build Smart campaign that allowed the public-private match of what we're being able to do all across the state. And I certainly had this project in mind as we began looking at how we could do this. But I'm pleased to tell you, not only has this community been first in many things, but this community, and with this gift, Judge and the Charitable Trust Foundation, it is the first that has now completed its match for the Build Smart campaign. So you are to be congratulated on an outstanding job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. McCall.
We'll do our presentation and a photo op. You know how I love those.
Anybody got a comb? Clay, let me let you.
Clay Howerton.
Canvas.
You want to say anything, Clay?
No, ma'am.
All
It's
right.
all been said.
Look, 400. This is wonderful. Cheese is right. This is wonderful. It is completing our campaign, but just think of where we have been, but where we have an opportunity to go. This is going to happen over here, and it will only grow beyond what we currently have planned. So we have great plans. And thank you again.
Hey.